Hi, everybody, and I have the honor and the pleasure to be here with my friend Kathy Cavalieri. We are friends of many years, and the reason that I have her here today to talk is because she is the president of the Historical Society here in Westboro, but also she knows a lot about what's going on, the elections that are coming, because she belongs to the Republican committee. And even though this is not a Republican promotion, what I wanted to interview her because she will tell us the basic of what's going on in the elections. So thank you so much, Kathy, for doing this interview with me. And one of the things that I wanted to ask you is that when is the day for voting?
Okay, so election day is Tuesday, November 8th. It will be in Westboro. It's at Westboro High School. The polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. for in-person voting. And to vote, you have to be a U.S. citizen and registered to vote in the town. If you're not yet registered to vote, you can register with the town clerk by October 29th, and then you can vote on November 8th.
Okay, do you know if it's in every town in Massachusetts that these are the dates, or
Yes. Well, yes. The election day in the state is Tuesday, November 8th. The polls are open in every town and city from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. that day for voting. And every town also allows early voting. So early voting is 2 weeks before. It's going to be throughout the state, Saturday, October 22nd, next Saturday, up till Friday, November 4th. And your town clerk's office can tell you what the hours are. But basically, it's open usually from early in the morning, some evenings, some Saturdays. And if you're unable to come to the polls on Tuesday, November 8th, you can vote early, and your vote is put into an envelope, and then it'll be counted on election day.
and the ballot you could pick it up at the usually in the town or city hall, right?
Yeah, our early voting in Westboro is on the third floor of Town Hall. But if the town clerk's office in any town can tell you how to engage in early voting if you're not able to come vote on election day.
Okay, so now let's go a little bit deeper here in Westboro. What is the ballot, and who are the people? I live in Westboro. Who are the people, the most important people that we have in the ballot? I mean, what
Okay,
is it?
so we have an interesting situation this year in that Westboro is part of a redistricting. So we have a new state rep that needs to be elected, and
The state rep is going to be just for Westboro, or
no,
it's going to be?
I have it here. The state rep for our district is going to include Westboro voting precincts 1, if you're in precinct 1, 2, 3, 5, or 6. Voting precinct 4 is going to keep Hannah Kane as their elected representative, and she's running for re-election. And there's a
Hannah is from
Hannah Shrewsbury, and there's a Democratic opponent, Stephen Fishbein, who's actually running for her seat as well. But Hannah is a Republican, and she's running for re-election in Westboro Precinct Number 4, which is kind of along the western part of the town, I believe. But the new district, where we need a new person to be elected, which is brand new, is going to be Westboro Districts 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, along with all of Southboro. The district includes Northborough precincts 1, 2, and 3, so part of Northborough, and one precinct of Framingham. And
kind of
that's
complicated.
yeah, that's a new big district. And the two people running to be our representative, the Democrat candidate is Kate Donahue, who lives in Westboro. She would actually be the first person from Westboro to serve in the state legislature in recent times if she gets elected. And she's been the head of the Democratic Town Committee for 20 plus years. So she's the Democrat.
Kate Donahue.
Kate Donahue is the Democratic representative, Democratic person running for that state rep seat. And then the Republican candidate is Jonathan Hostage, and he's a small business owner. He runs a printing business.
Where is his business, and where does he live?
Okay, his business is, he lives in Southboro.
Okay.
His kids have gone to Algonquin High School. His printing business is in Woburn. I believe it's called Allegiance Printing.
Okay.
But he's a small business owner, and he's the Republican representative, the Republican person running for that state rep seat.
So the state rep, let me get this clear. The state representative It's two people. The Democratic part for the Democratic Party is Kate Donahue, that she's from Westboro, and the Republican is
Jonathan
Jonathan
Hostage from
Hostage.
Southborough.
Okay, good.
Right.
And he's representing the Republican.
Right, and
Okay.
the winner of that race will represent us in the state legislature.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
that will be the person most of the town can contact if we want to tell our state representative if we're happy or not happy with whatever's going on in the state.
Okay. And then what else are we going to be electing on those elections in November 8th?
Yeah, well, the big race is for governor. And the governor, the Democratic candidate is Maura Healey, who is the current Attorney General. And the Republican candidate is Jeff Deal, who's a former state rep. And
And where does Jeff Deal lives?
I believe he's
the
in
South Shore, right?
Yeah, he lives in the South Shore. Yes,
okay.
It begins with a W. I'm not exactly sure of the town.
No worries.
What Jeff Deal, when he was a state rep, he believes in lower taxes. So he successfully fought an automatic increase in the gas tax, which you can imagine now with the kind of inflation we're having. If the gas tax was going to keep going up based on inflation, it would make our gas price a lot higher than it is now. So he fought for a ballot question that removed the ability to automatically increase the gas tax. So that's
Okay, so Maura Healey for the Democratic Party,
right,
and Jeff Deal for the Republican.
right.
Okay, so then we have Lieutenant Governor.
Right, Lieutenant Governor is I'm trying to think. Leah Allen is running with Jeff Deal, and I can't remember there is a Lieutenant Governor running with Maura Healey also. I'm not familiar with that candidate. Leah Allen, I can tell you, is a nurse. And what I can tell you about her is she lost her job during COVID because she didn't want to get the vaccination because she was pregnant. And then when her job was on the line, her baby had been born and she was nursing her baby. And she again refused to get the vaccine because she didn't want it. And now they are finding it can transmit through your breast milk to the babies. So again, Jeff and Leah are, interpersonal responsibility and not having the government be powerful enough to make you have to do things you don't want to do.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with the Lieutenant Governor for Maura Healey.
Your homework, find out about the Democratic.
Right, they kind of run as a ticket. So when you
Okay.
vote for one, usually you vote for the other.
Okay, and then the Attorney General.
Yeah, the Attorney General candidates are the Democrat is Andrea Campbell. She's kind of in line with Maura Healey. And then Jay McMahon is the Republican candidate. Again, I know a little more about the Republican candidates.
Yeah, but we'll leave it for a homework.
Okay,
because
that's fine.
It's too much. We just
Right.
want to know. So in this election, we're going to be voting for the state rep. If you live anywhere, right? Anywhere in the state, you're going to be voting for.
Well,
your
in
state-
Westboro and these districts, we have to elect a new state rep. But yes, I'm not sure if every state rep is up for re-election, but
let's say
here
that.
they are.
And then we're going to vote for a new governor, a new lieutenant governor, and a new attorney general.
Right. Yes, and there's more.
Okay.
The candidates running for treasurer are Deborah Goldberg for the Democrats, and let's see.
What does the treasurer do?
Uh,
Is the attorney general? He's in charge, I imagine, of everything related to
the
judgments.
treasurer is involved in the financials. I don't know all the details. Actually, I'm not aware of the Republican candidate for treasurer,
all right.
but I know the Democrat one's Deborah Goldberg. The auditor, I know auditor is up for. This is the person. The auditor roots out waste, fraud, and abuse. And the Democrat will be Diana DiZoglio, and the Republican candidate is Anthony Amore. And he was involved in the investigation of the Isabella Stewart Gardner, robbery a long time ago.
Okay.
So, and then the other candidates, Secretary of State, the incumbent is William Galvin.
That he's for a re-election because he always. I think he has been here.
Right,
I
he's
know
been
him
20
for
plus
20
years.
Yeah.
Right. And the new candidate who's running against him for the Republicans is Rayla Campbell. She's a black woman. She's very interested in voter integrity and, instituting voter ID, cleaning up voter rolls, things like that.
So all these people, let me get this straight. All these people, they are in the Capitol. They work in the Capitol in Boston, right?
Right, and then there's two other things that are on the ballot. That one local one is sheriff. Our current sheriff, for Worcester County, Lou Evangelitis, is running for re-election. He's involved in the Worcester jails and the bail bondsmen and the probate. And then he's being challenged by David Fontaine for the Democrats.
Okay.
And the last one really is our congressional representative, okay? So our Congressman Jim McGovern, who's been there about 25 years, he is running for re-election, and
he's
in Washington, D.C. as our congressional representative in the Congress. And then he's being challenged by Jeffrey Sosa Paquette, who's from Shrewsbury. He's a veteran, and he's into small government and just challenging Jim, who's had the seat for 25 years.
Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I would love that you would subscribe or do a like. We're gonna be doing a second part, and it's gonna be about the questions that are gonna be in the ballot. Okay, thank you so much, Kathy. I'll see you in a couple of minutes because we have to cut it and do the 2 videos. But please, I hope that it's so important to vote, how use that right. You guys don't know how important it is to know about your election, about who is governing, who is taking care of your affairs. So it's very important that when we go to the ballot, we know exactly who are we voting for, if it's Democrat, Republican, or Independent. I am doing this video because I want to encourage you to learn about who is it that we're going to be electing in November 8th. This is a democratic country. Please don't lose it. I am originally from Venezuela. Over there, they did a lot of corruption, and we lost the genuine vote. Please be aware that you have a beautiful country and that we have to vote. That's our right as citizens. So I'll see you the next time.